All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Alpha Traders. First off, I want to wish everybody a happy new year, right? In my time zone, we've got about 10 hours, and it is my little brother's 50th birthday today. Just by looking at Bilbo, can you imagine he has a younger brother that's turning 50?
Yeah, I mean, you
I think I
can't be
look
more
good
than
for my
20, are
age.
you?
23. We'll go 23. I'll tell you what, man. If I knew then what I know now, well, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. I'd be on my island, chilling, doing whatever. But yeah, good times. Good times in Bitcoin land, right? Wow, Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin for a minute here.
It's
Oh,
volatile.
it's like, first off, we are getting VIX. Yes, I am. First of all, be a little comedian here. First of all, we're getting a new candle today, yearly candle, right? We only get one of those every 12 months. Let's check this out. Let's take a peek at the yearly chart. Oh my goodness gracious. For everybody out there that's scared of Bitcoin, we've had two red candles since Bitcoin launched, right? Pretty damn powerful. And in my opinion, this is pretty bullish yearly close. One of the smaller yearly candles, right? Let's see the bottom side of it, 28. So at the beginning of the year, right? We were still a little under 30K.
Yeah,
Ended
put
up
that on
topping out
not
about
log.
70 on 70K was our high. So yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, you just reset the scale. Right click, reset the scale. And do that not log beast.
Yeah, so yeah, I like it on log though. I think log looks more powerful. Ding! Woohoo! Straight up. But anyway, looking good. Bitcoin's looking good coming into this new year. They really, I was talking to MG earlier, almost like coming into this last day of the year, boy, they just really tried to scare the shit out of a lot of people, man. They tried to dump it out again. I mean, Bitcoin runs up to 48.4, I believe. No, 48.6. And then dumped down literally $3,000 in probably about 5 hours, 6 hours, just dumped out. Hilarious. All those trades were definitely in the charts. But yeah, really looking forward to this new year in Bitcoin. There's no doubt about that. So where else? Okay, so we just dipped down there to that 45.6 range. Once again, it came down, right? Tested the downside of the 68.3. Excuse me. The plus distribution range on this projection from the previous week, where we did have that bullish engulfing candle, which a lot of the YouTube jimmies out there were just, oh, reversal. Here we go. We're going to the moon. So what happens after the bullish engulfing candle? I almost said dildo. Going back to the cave days, I guess. Then we get a freaking total candle backfill. It was a good fake out too. We open up the new week, pump up almost to the 68.3 at about 52. If you remember correctly, and then totally dump out literally about $7,000, right? $7,000 this week from the high. So, wow, a lot of just Bitcoin doing what Bitcoin does, right? Just shaking people out. I'm pretty sure there was about I think 80 million in long liquidations today. Take a quick peek here real quick. This better website. Where you go? Or that might have been everything. Okay, so all the coins that are listed here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 12 of them, I believe. I think there's a few more, but anyway, $231 million in the last 24 hours have been liquidated. Long liquidations. BTC, about 50% of that almost. 91.8 million long liquidations. Nothing like we had back here on December 3rd, obviously, where there was a lot of 1.58 billion long liquidations compared to 437 million short liquidations. So they're really trying to shake out some of these longs going into the new year. But to be honest, they're not putting a dent in them, man. People are sitting in their positions. It's a no-brainer what Bitcoin's getting ready to do, but everybody's at that point where, well, when's Bitcoin going to do it? Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. See, when you're a volatility, probability, and statistics trader, we don't care when it's going to do it. We want to be prepared, though. And by being able to use a workflow, dropping down through time frames can kind of give us a little more of an advantage to get a shout out of when it's actually going to happen. Let's go. Let's see here real quick. Let's take a peek on this 4-hour chart. This 4-hour candle, what a beast. Are you kidding me? So, in the last couple days, right? Previously, we get a nice run up from that bottom that we had at about 40, a little under 46. Pretty much about right where we just went to. It dipped about $400, a little bit lower than that wick, but we start working our way back up. Just like, the weekly candle was that bullish engulfing, and then wham, big slam down on this weekly candle. Saying, look at this 4-hour candle, right? Where did we reject from? That 9 length, right? We got by, but look where that candle closed. When this 4-hour candle right here got by that 9 length variance log MA, but pulled back and closed below it, opened up the next 4-hour candle, and we did not get any continuation, but instead got a doji. That was a no-brainer what was getting ready to happen. Now, people out there in YouTube land, this is just from reading pure price action. This is why I can't stress enough. Learn how to read, turn all your indicators off. Learn how to read just price action. There's plenty of it. This is one thing you can back test and you can get an idea of what's really going on. Because when you think of it in the way where you need to understand that volatility is creating every one of these candles, it's going to change the way you trade. You're going to start to really understand what's going on. And I guarantee you, there was a shitload of pattern traders going, "Oh my God, inverse head and shoulders. We're going back to 50K." I guarantee you could go to YouTube. I guarantee you, one of them nutbags was talking about it. It's just the way they roll. They're just trying to get they're trying to get subscriptions. They're trying to get views. They're grifters, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's all these guys do, man. Let me stream chat real quick. Yeah. So anyway, so we get this major dump out on this 4-hour candle, and now Bitcoin's the last 4-hour candle. Look, you can only say this once a year. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last 4-hour candle of the crypto year. Powerful, man. Very powerful. Powerful indeed. And like I said before, and here, let's shift this back. So 7 bars. Let's move this baby back quick here. Just want to take a peek now, because I was talking about this. Now we got that bullish engulfing, right? So I was going to try to change up this projection. Not yet. Not yet. If we have a huge weekend and we leave a wick behind and Bitcoin pulls back up over 50K, not only am I going to laugh my ass off at all the retail traders that just don't get it and they're following YouTube Jimmy and getting wrecked, right? This is what they do. Because number one, they're using really awful risk management strategies, right? That's what they're doing. And when not only are they using really bad risk management strategies, they're not being taught how to get proper entries. And that's why you got to use the damn risk management to begin with. It's just ridiculous. You cannot put stop losses in these systems. I'm telling you right now, if people don't think that getting over leveraged and different levels where there's a lot of people putting stop losses have anything to do with the way this market is so erratic and random, you got another thing coming. These exchanges are vicious, man. They are out to get every damn dime. And they're trading against their own people that are trading on their platform. Don't think they're not. They are. There's literally no regulations in this market I mean, there's very few, right? Some of the shit that goes on in crypto, if it was well, I'm going to take that back. Hell, the traditional markets are corrupt as hell with all the insider trading and crap going on. But yeah,
Get that right.
just totally insane. Totally insane. Actually, that was from the 40. Yeah, whoop, I gotta switch this again. I forgot I didn't have. This is good though, right? If you start this projection to the when we had this recent pullback, right? This recent pullback for the last what? Oh my God, it's almost been 2 months, right? Since the top. Doesn't time fly? Doesn't it just seem like we were at 70K? 2 months. 2 months. Why the whole time? Hey, me included. I was like, I think we're going to have a big fourth quarter. Well, the first part, right? The first month of the last quarter was massive. We ran up to our all-time high. Last 2 months, whoop, dumped out big time. That's fine. But we've been riding this 95.4 Laplace distribution range. Haven't dropped below it. We did on a wick right there. Other than that, we have closed at it or above it. That's powerful. That being said, hold on here. Whoops. Get this measuring tool one more time because I want to show you. We are still from the 41K low. We're still just ranging. And we were talking about this. Is that right? Let's see. Boop, boop. I want one too many. No problem. It's 14. Let's get this on here. There we go. Okay, guys. I talked about this. I talked about this 5 weeks ago, right? When we dipped in to the 68.3 Laplace distribution range on the Laplace distribution projection from the 41K low. We came down, we tested the mean of the projection. The fact that we have not gotten below the mean of that projection again or tested the bottom side, I'm going to say it again. This chart is still very bullish to me. And then this is just from using a distribution projection and looking at price action, right? I mean, just from looking at price action. Guys, this is bullish as hell. I can't stress that enough. And there's some of the YouTube Jimmies out there saying that. The problem is they're just going back and forth. Oh, here it is, reversal. Oh, now we're dumping. They just bounce back and forth every day. I am always going to talk about the probabilities to both sides. And I've been talking for 5 weeks that we are stuck in the 68.3% Laplace distribution range. We need to get outside of this. Right now on this weekly candle, we're talking about 54K. Guys, you never know. We could have a massive weekend going into the new year. Wouldn't shock me at all. Wouldn't shock me at all if we tested the downside, though. So until Bitcoin, literally, until Bitcoin's above about 54, or we start closing candles, I'm even going to say the bottom of the 68.3, because this is a massive range. Below 40.5, we start closing some daily candles below 40.5 or above 54. We're talking a $14,000 range. This is a 10K range just from the mean to the top side. For the last 4 weeks, we have been stuck in here. This whole month in December. And we've been talking about it since we dropped into here. I told everybody, don't be surprised if we do not range in here through the new year. We could even be in here another month, right? But I'm telling here, I can tell you one thing for sure, because this is what Bitcoin does. When everybody least expects it, this thing is going to launch. It's going to absolutely explode. Could we get some more downside action? Sure, we can. It's definitely a probability. And testing the downside of this is, I mean, I'll tell you what, right now, it's a 50-50 chance. It's 50-50 for me. We could bounce out of here going into January, or we could test the downside first. We still have not did that. And when I'm talking about really testing it, I'm talking about closing a weekly candle down there around 41, right? Kind of retesting this wick. I talked about that too. Bitcoin loves to come down and retest these wicks. It just loves to do that. It's just, and this is just from looking at price action. We have not done that yet. And that's the reason why I'm not more like 80-20 to the top side. We are literally stuck in this 68.3 range, and it is a 14K range, 40 to 54. It's massive. And when people that don't understand that and they just keep trying to get into positions, guys, this market is random as hell. It's gonna take everything you own. That's what Bitcoin does to people. And there's people crying right now. They're all distraught about the crypto market. Crypto's a scam, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden in 1 week, Bitcoin just pounces $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 move. I mean, just boom, boom, boom. That's what I am expecting. When does that happen? Don't know. But once we break this 68.3 to the top side or break it to the downside, we break it to the downside. Look out below, man. The 95.4 is down there around that 20K range. But these are all probabilities. But look at the top side. It's over 100. Think of that range. This 95.4 Laplace distribution range is about, and let's do it by the end of January. Talking right here. We are talking about 108K and 20.5. $85,000 range inside the 95.4 Laplace distribution. Massive range, guys. So we start closing daily candles above 54. Let's see, next week it's more like, let's say 55 to be safe. We start closing candles above 55, especially if we get a nice week. Say we get back up to 60, and then we get like maybe second week of January, third week of January. We get a bearish weekly candle and comes down and retests the top side of that 63 and doesn't break it. That's what I'm saying. Look out. Look out. This thing could rocket ship in a couple weeks right up to the 95.4, break that 100,000 K mark. And that is going to wake some people up. And I'm telling you right now, these people that are selling Bitcoin, that are moving this, they are playing a dangerous game with their holdings, man. They really are, because there's a lot of people looking to buy Bitcoin. So say you got 500 million in Bitcoin, you're just going to dump it on the market. You're like, it's going to go down. What if all that just gets bought up after a couple $1,000 dump, $5,000 dump? Then you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, what the hell? This was supposed to go to 20. I mean, they're playing a dangerous game. The supplies are low. This supply shock is going to catch up. It really is. Guys, I mean, it's a year after the halving. Obviously, we're coming to the end of that year. Bitcoin has never done this. We have always had that massive pump. We haven't had it yet. You know, we're talking about, we were down here at 29. Now, if you want to go all the way back to the COVID dump, we were at $3,800. $3,800 to $70,000. That is just insanity. Let me see here. There it is right there. Is that 38? Oh, look at this. I mean, you got to be kidding me right now. We did this last night. I forget. MJ ran this number, and I can't remember what the percentage was. 1,678% gain. You don't think you're going to get some of this? My God, man. That's massive gains. And the people that are really moving this market, you don't think they're going to take their profits? That's why when you trade volatility, probability, and statistics, you are on the side of the algos that are pushing this market around. That's what I just don't get. 99.9999999% of traders are over there watching YouTube Jimmy trading traditional technical analysis, and they're getting wrecked, right? Why not trade volatility? right? Until you have a massive breakout. Why not trade low time frame volatility? For God's sakes, why not trade low time volatility all the time? You're getting in on all the moves. I've said this a million times. If you're a short term or a low time frame trader and you're trading volatility, man, all you got to do when I'm doing that, number one, I'm looking at the 4-hour trend. What is the 4-hour trend doing? Is it to the top side? Is it to the downside? Where do I want to put my capital? Do I want to be taking 15-minute short scalps or long scalps? I very rarely will do both. If the trend is to the top side on the 4-hour, I'm not taking short scalps. I could give a shit less about them. Could we have some decent ones? Sure, we could, but I'm not interested because I know topside scalps are going to be way more profitable and way more risk-free. That's what this is all about, right? Controlling the risk, not with shitty risk management practices. You don't need risk management if you're getting good entries and you understand trend and low time frame volatility trading. And if something crazy does happen, you have that risk management in your head. You have a certain amount that you are willing to lose, right? And you're not using any, you're using distribution ranges, right? This is where people screw up. When these people that are using traditional risk management, they are putting stop losses not only in the system, but they're putting them in the most jacked up places possible. If you're going to put a stop loss in, you need to be using distribution levels. You need to be using the probabilities, right? The 68.3 Laplace distribution range, there's a 68.3% chance you are not going to break this range. Same with the 95.4. And if you're down here trading low time frames and you've got a Laplace distribution cone like this, right? Look at this, for sure. We broke outside the 95.4. What? Let me reset this. It changed on me, you little dirty dog. We're going to go to this big candle because we had two 15-minute candles back up to test that first standard deviation, and that's where we rejected from. So let's go to, what was that? Let's see, I think I was close. So 47. Yep. So look right there. We break outside the 95.4, right? Now, number one, if you're down here trading this low volatility time frame and stuff, trust me, the 4-hour trend was down anyway with the new 4-hour candle. You could see it in the charts. So you're in a short anyway, right? So if you're down here, boom, you reject off the bottom side of the 68.3. And if you have to put a stop loss in, for God's sakes, it's above the 68.3, right? It's up here somewhere. That's where it's at, especially when you got the bottom side of the weekly range, right? This would have been a great place for a mental stop loss. For God's sakes, do not put them in the system. Don't let these exchanges know what you're thinking, because you're going to be part of that crew that's going to get wrecked and get wicked out. Just don't do it. Save yourself some money. But so look at Bitcoin. It breaks the 95.4 range, right? Look what it just did. It had a 95.4% chance to pull back up inside of this range, right? Before the end of the day, right? It doesn't matter on this 15-minute chart where I would have put a projection here, and I'll back it up in a minute and let's see what happens. I can tell you what happened right now. It looks like it hit the 95.4 and rejected. Not only the 1 SD and the bottom side of the weekly range, it probably rejected off the 95.4. But right, 95.4% chance to get back up inside this range, and that's exactly what Bitcoin just did. Let's back this up a few more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's back this up 12 more candles. The 59. Bammo. Oh, I was wrong. We got outside the 99.7. That when you see Bitcoin on a 15-minute shoot outside that fast, and you have a first standard deviation in the bottom side of the weekly range right there, don't think about it. This thing is coming back. Not only do you have a lot of volatility and distribution resistance going on up here just from the daily stuff in the weekly volatility range, you're outside of the low time frame 99.7. Right? It kind of pulled back in, found a little bit of support right here on the 95.4, dumped out, went to the downside almost of the 95.4. And that's from this pump right here. There's a lot of people where you can start these low time frame projections at the beginning of the day. There wasn't a good spot though. There wasn't a good spot, right? At all, in my opinion. I want there to be some significance to it too, right? Like right here, what happened? We bounced off. Let's see, what is that? The top side? No, that is the bottom side, right? We had a tight daily range today. I forgot to talk about that. We had a nice tight daily range. So this thing was going to trend. Did it trend? It sure the hell did. Trended to the upside, trended right back down to the downside. Some pretty good trending day. We already talked about the numbers. Pretty massive. But a bounce off the bottom of the range here, great place to start a projection. You would anyway, because it was a real bullish pump right there. But back here, I mean, you could have started one from back here, and this might give a little better read where the 99.7 might be right there, or the 95.4. Let's back it up even more. Let's see here. You could have started one right here. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. There she goes. Boom. No, got outside the 95.4. All right. Yeah. And then when you look at a projection like this, you're like, you can immediately tell whether or not a projection is being respected. So that right there tells me, did it? Look at that rejection right there off the 95.4. And then where's it come down to? Comes right down to the mean of the projection that's at the bottom of the daily volatility range, bounces from there. Like I said before, when you started up here, it went outside the 99.7. This is even a better projection because of what just happened here. Rejection off the 95.4, back down to the mean, bounce, got outside the 95.4. So now there's a 95.4% chance this thing was going to pull back in here. And if you're looking at that high probability of a 95.4, and at the same time you hit the daily 1SD at 68.3 and the bottom of the weekly range, right? A lot of resistance from the volatility and the distribution. And from the projection had a high probability to pull back inside here. Same thing. It dropped outside of the 68.3 on the same projection. Well, you have a 68.3 chance to pull your ass right back up into here. But now look where it's rejecting. These two white cross lines, this is the daily candle 68.3% Laplace distribution range. 1 wick rejection, 2 wick rejection, 3 wick rejection. The bulls don't get their ass in gear right here. Close the daily up inside the 68.3. We could get a little bit of a continuation of the downside coming into the new year. It would be nice to close up above this daily range, get up back above 47. Can Bitcoin in the next hour and a half pumping $600? Let's see. Let's see. All right, that's enough of that chart. That's enough of that chart. We don't even need to look at the ultimate power means. All right, let's go over here. Let's see what's happening. The 4-hour variance is still having an outlier to the downside, but you can see how immediately after the big candle, we open up a new one, the variance is starting to fall over. Still having that outlier though, right? But when we close the day, if this variance rolls all the way over and continues down negatively correlated, there's a high probability that we could get some more continuation to the top side. But like I said, we need to at least get inside to 68.3 on the daily for that to happen. So let's see what happens here. Let's see if the bulls can close up in here, preferably above that 47. I'm telling you right now, we get up above 47. You get up above 47 and we close the year out with the 4-hour variance turning down negatively correlated, we're going to probably begin to see a walk up going into the weekend, right? Which could end up being a nice pump. We got to wait and see. Look at the DLP. I was talking about this before. All as this big 4-hour candle did on the DLP was create another lower low. Look at the higher lows on the DLP. Right? Look at the higher lows on the DLP. Powerful. So the DLP is printing a lot of bull div right now. Lots of bull div. Probably what kicked this last 4-hour candle back up to the top side. And then you can see this, we didn't quite get to the first standard deviation band. 47,106 is the Gaussian mean. So see, that 47 number is pretty important. So if we were to close up above the daily range, it would get back up here above this Gaussian mean or close to it, which is what you want to see. You don't want to ride down this Gaussian mean, right? We got back up here, boom, just dumped out again. And it popped back into trend, right? The entropy on the 4-hour dropped right back into trend. Correlated red means to the downside. Shannon entropy percentile started expanding back negatively correlated. Those last two candles went negatively correlated, expansion on the percentile of entropy. All right, let's see here. Let's eat some. Oh yeah, I forgot today's sponsor, Trader Joe's, right? Chili spice pineapple, and Good Games Guild, and Catalina whale mixer. And Cydex, first metaverse casino on the Solana blockchain. All right, let's see. Let's see what the daily looks like going into the new year. This is what I want to see on the 4-hour. I want to see the variance come down, negatively correlated. Got the fissures, or one fissure, the low length, is bouncing off the first standard deviation on the downside. We're actually creating some bull div, a little bit of bull div on the DLP. But if you go all the way back, it's just creating more bull div. I mean, this real low candle right here, that was on this, boom, they're lower lows, man. So we're on the daily, continuing to build some bull div. That sticks out. Some weak bull, hidden bull building on the Z-square log returns. Right? This is a good little, the historical volatility Z-score, powerful little tool. Right there, it went negatively correlated, right? Here's where it pumped. Or actually, second here, actually it was going down positive correlate. That's where it started down. Okay, so this first was that down move. Then let's see here. Let's see if this plays out correctly. Right there, the Z-score started rising again. Check to green. And kept going up, negatively correlated. So is what we should see. Now this is a high time frame, so things can get a little lagged out, especially on a daily. This is why I like not, and I don't want to use the word lag, populate. You know, it takes a little longer to populate, but we should see the first red vertical line is where a down move started. We have a reprieve, a little bounce on that day, and boom, these last few days have just been down. Let's see what happened there. Kind of, it did go down, right? Had a nice doji, and you can see the wick, right? So we rolled right back up, and then boom, the Z-score was rising, negatively correlated, down. So that did play out right. This was down. You can see the wick down there. It sucked back up, got above the Gaussian mean, right? Kind of created a doji. And you can see the green vertical. The Z-score was telling you we're moving up, which it did. Nice wick, back up there to that 52 range. But then it pulled back, created another doji. Then boom, that Z-score went negatively correlated while it was still rising. Dump on the daily candle. Boom, 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 boom. And it's just been staying down here. Interesting. This is how you can use these indicators. The indicators are literally, you can turn the price action off, and you can usually, by using Z-score, volatility, entropy, you're going to be able to tell what the hell's going on. Yeah, that would be cool to get GGG to sponsor. Would be real cool. I'll tell you what, because I am about that deep in GGG staking. Can't go wrong. I mean, somebody's going to pay me 40 APY, 40% APY to stake. I was like, okay, let's ape into this. I took almost half a Bitcoin or something. Oh, well, it is what it is. I'm making good rewards. Let's see here. Let's look at. See if it's 12 hours. Yeah, right. Expansion right here. Expansion on the volatility. Negatively correlated. Last two 12-hour candles down, down. This and the second one actually went into trend. All right. With the correlation, the R squared of the entropy telling you, hey, it's to the downside. To the downside. And the correlation was flat expansion. Yeah, actually heading up expansion. So that is going to be one of the first times I've really seen that. But you can see it's just, I think it's just taken a while to populate because it was expanding positively correlated from this move up right here on the 12-hour. But this latest one, yeah, I wouldn't be a bit surprised at the close today. That go a little, it'll probably show negative correlation or contract. It's going to be interesting going into this new year, see what the hell happens there. All right. Still below all these variance log MAs on the 12-hour, all right? Got to get this party started. Let's have a New Year party. Let's do that. What time is it? 2:38. Wow. So quick 40 minutes. What now? Yeah, let's go intraday here. Only one more 90-minute candle. All right. Yep. 100%. This one closes in 7 minutes. Yeah. No. Sorry. This is the last 90-minute candle of the day. We just got it 9 minutes ago. I was confused. So we're looking at the last 90-minute candle of 2021. Fishers are pretty low. The higher length is down here by the second standard deviation. And we did create some bull div. Definitely created some bull div on these 290s. So boom, getting this little pop out of here. Expansion negatively correlated. Down we go. That Z-score pop, negatively correlated. Down we go. Went into trend. Negative correlate R squared saying it's to that downside. And right when we got that move too, here's a better look on the 90. And I've noticed this too. When you're using the Shannon entropy, it works a lot better 4 hours and below. That's why that 12-hour was a little shaky. It's not here at all. Not here at all. Look where the down move started. Look where it went negatively correlated right here during the expansion of the percentile of the entropy. Sorry. Down. Great indicator. This one right here. We're going to have to build in a correlation. I would like to just build a correlation line into this. We got in here. Nope. Either one of the coders. It's all good. All good. It's party time, right? New Year's Eve. I'm probably going to be playing with magical internet JPEGs. I got no plans, right? I'm out here. There's no family out here. All my friends a lot of them are out of town. I got several in Mexico partying. So I'm chilling. I'm going to be sitting at home playing with magical internet JPEGs. Sounds fun, doesn't it? And I'm freaking pretty damn boring. I don't party too much. That's okay. I'll party when I get set. Okay. I mean, actually, this 90-minute, can we close above 46.5? Get the 90-minute because we dropped down on the stump below the Gaussian mean on the 90-minute. 46.5. So, yeah, that's going to be inside. All right. We need to close up here inside the 68.3. If we do that, we're above the 90-minute Gaussian mean for sure. So let's get up. Let's do it. Now, look, from the projection right here, we're back down. We're testing the downside of this 68.3 again. All right, there's the top side up here. Here's the mean. It sure would be nice to get a bounce here this last 90-minute candle of the day and work our way back up above this daily range. Like I said, above 47K. That would just be beautiful. But this market's a little bit of a train wreck right now, right? They're pushing this thing all over the place. It's a 15 looking like. Got how many left? Got 5 15-minute candles left after this one. I mean, look, the DLP, right? Higher lows, this whole dump down. Now we're starting to come out of it. Would be a bit surprised, although these fissures are pretty high right 15. Although I'm telling you right now, this 45-minute, that's the white, the higher time frame one, is still heading up. And it's not even at the first standard deviation yet. So considering the 9 length still heading up, this definitely can turn. This can turn up. Boys, what would be real great is for these last 15-minute candles, get this variance popping. Let's get an outlier to the top side. We want to see the variance pink like that on the inside. Did I say? Yeah. And blue on the outside, right there. Boop, pop. This is what happens, right? This is what these people that claim that they know about volatility and they know about variance and they know about z-score and distributions and all this other shit. They just don't get it, man. This is what we do. This is what alpha trading does. There's a group of us that do nothing but work on this all the time. And when you get a rise in variance, it's positively correlated and you're having an outlier, which means you're going to have a fat tail event, right? You're going to have more than a second standard deviation move. You think that was more than a second standard deviation move? Yes. And this is why we use a Laplace distribution in cryptocurrency. We already showed this on the 15-minute chart, how that shot outside of the 99.7. Major fat tail event right there happened. Okay? Major. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We did create this little bit of bear div here. It is coming back down, this 15-minute candle. But what is that doing as we speak, though? That bear div it's building up hidden bull, right? Right now it's building up. We don't have a low yet, but it's building a higher low. From this bottom of this data set, if we get a low right here going into this last hour of the day, you got a lower low on the returns oscillator. You're going to want to see that turn back up. If all that happens, that hidden bull will play out. But to cancel out that hidden bull, this price action has to get back down below 46 to be sure. So we'll see. About $500 actually. 45.8, almost at the lows of the day. Yeah, we got down to what, 44. Oh, of course, the low of the day on FTX or BTC perps was 45,666. The mark of the BTC beast, I suppose, going into the end of the year. Woohoo. Shoot that devil dog. Let's see. But I do like seeing all this bull div that built on this 15-minute DLP. Powerful. And the R squared for that move to the downside, it's starting to decrease and come back down. It'd be a lot better if it was like boom, boom, right? If it was starting to get a darker color. But the entropy is starting to drop back down as it just pulls back up a little bit. So, and the entropy is actually coming in the end of the day. It's contracting. It was contracting, negatively correlated right there. You can see the candles walk up, just like contraction on the volatility, negatively correlated. Price action walks up. Well, that doesn't look like a walk up. Really? That's not a walk up in price? Sure the hell is. So that's how volatility and from what this is really new too. But when I got a hold of the Shannon entropy, I was like, I love those indicators that aren't directional. Because the first thing that pops into my head when these coders and math guys drop an indicator on us and it's not a directional indicator, what do you think the first thing I do is? I go get a Pearson correlation and I correlate that indicator to price action. And voila, imagine that. Look at this down move. Entropy percentile starts to climb, expand, negatively correlated. Look at the fit. That was this. Powerful, man. Powerful. Meanwhile, right? You got all these people just watching YouTube Jimmy, where I'm telling you right now, and I am not tooting Alpha Trading's horn, we are the biggest diamond in the rough in the entire cryptocurrency charting industry, man. It's unbelievable how much we get overlooked. And people would rather watch, I'm not even going to name all the names. People would rather watch all these goofballs. There's only one that even really knows traditional technical analysis. There's only one that really understands it. The rest of them, they are literally a bunch of goofballs. You can quote me on that. They just don't get it. That's why they're total grifters. One day it's up, one day it's down. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Fear in the market, greed in the market. It's just like, no, the market moves from volatility. It does none of that other shit makes volatility is creating everything. I'll argue that to the end of the days. And this is what they don't understand. They don't give credence to volatility at all or entropy, right? And I mean, we've got two entropy indicators. Not only do we have a percentile of entropy, we've got a regular entropy indicator where when you 80-90% of the time in a random damn market, don't you want to know when it's a trending move? Huh? Trending move down? It's a no-brainer. That's why we use this stuff. Very powerful. That being said, let's go over here to my DeFi.
Yeah,
Let's
shout
pop
out
up
to our
Matic.
math and coder brain trust. Those guys are just amazing, and it's just what an awesome year it's been working with these guys.
Yeah, really. I mean, when you think about everything that we've gone through this year, I mean, we've come a long way, man. We have come a long way for sure. And yeah, like Yasha said, hats off to the coders, man. Without them, we couldn't have done it.
Nope. And fast, streamlined.
Yeah.
And the people buying the subscriptions, Takumi and everybody else. I mean, we got a good, we're not a huge Discord, but we have a good, solid crew of people that understand the the importance and the value of these indicators. I mean, these indicators could be sold for twice, 3 times what we charge. I mean, it's ridiculous what we charge, really, but we do it because we like to see people get out of this traditional TA crap and and really put themselves in a position to win.
Well said, MJ. And on that note, that's so true, man. Huge thank you to all the people that support Alpha Trading, that are in Alpha Trading, and that are behind us, because honestly, that means everything to us. Like, just that there's people who are getting out of the other ways of trading and finding something better and making with it the best that they can, and also just the fact that they support this whole thing is just, it really feels great. So thank you very much for all of you who support us, and Happy New Year and all that. Really appreciate it.
And if you're not in the chat now and you're watching this on YouTube and you're one of our supporters, give yourself a freaking pat on the back and know you're in the right place. This is what you need to realize. I don't care what anybody says. Like I just got done saying, we are a major diamond in the rough. If people would just give this a chance, the reason why they don't, it's not the easiest thing to change your whole mindset over from traditional technical analysis and start doing it the volatility, probability, and statistic way. Right? I mean, I know I probably make this sound easy because it's just blah, 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 just rolling off my tongue about distributions and z-scores and entropy and all this other stuff. It takes a while to learn. But once you learn it, my God, man, you will always be on the right side of the trade. You will be getting good entries. You will know when to exit. This is what's so powerful. So know you're in the right place, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, not only that, you will keep yourself from making stupid mistakes like you used to in TA.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
dumb mistakes.
so true.
Yeah. When I started trading in 2016, yeah, I found Crown, right? I found the crypto cave like a lot of people did, right? Because when it comes to, I'm talking about now, do I agree with that type of trading? Not anymore. I don't care. If people want to trade that crap, let them. But it's like a lot of people were like attracted to that specific Discord because he knows how to trade traditional technical analysis, if there is such a thing, right? But it's like, man, there is a better way. There's a much better way. And that's how all of us met to begin with, right? And we got sidetracked with a freaking a narcissistic sociopath along the way.
Dictator.
But we all saw the old dictator, got away from him, thank God, and here we are, man. Going into 2022. 2021 was rough, but we firmly believe that if we just keep doing what we're doing, people will find us. It's not like we're aggressively looking for people because this isn't for everyone. But if you do find us, know it was for a reason, right? Know it was for a reason and learn this stuff, right? And if if there's any roadblocks in your learning process, all you got to do is reach out. We're very friendly. I get DMs all the time, people asking me questions. I always answer them, and those of you that have sent them to me, you know that. So just all you got to do is reach out if you're confused on something. That's what we're here for, and we are a small community, and this is the way we like it. It's very easy to maintain. Now, do we wish there was more people? Yeah, because we wish everybody was trading like this. Well, not everybody, because right, we need people on the other side of our trades. That's why I'll take that statement back. Yeah, we're fine. Continue. There's nothing to see here. Go along.
For sure.
Just move along. But no, we do. We will help you out. So if you're interested, come check us out in the Alpha Trading Discord. The link is in the description of all our videos. Okay, let me get on Matic real quick. You see, I started this 99.7 projection right here. Barely got outside, and where was it at? Not only did it get up here to the R1 of the daily volatility range, that's this red line. The yellow dotted line is the center of Matic's weekly volatility range. Here's the top. Right? Matic last week went berserk. So, of course, it had a massive weekly range. What has Matic done all week? It has literally been in the weekly range, just trending. I mean, look at it. All week. Right? Boom. It dropped into it. It's just been stuck in the weekly range. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Dropped into it as soon as the first day of the week. It dropped in, test the weekly range. Been stuck in it the whole time. That's what happens. A big weekly range like that is going to pretty much tell you we're going to range. Matic's going to range, usually inside that weekly range. That's exactly what it's done. So kudos. But yeah, so it rejects at the beginning right here from this R1, the center of the weekly, but then makes one more run. But just what you got to realize, it's outside of the 95.4 Laplace distribution range on this projection. So there was a 95.4% chance it stays inside this range, but then it bounces off the bottom side of the 68.3. Now it's back up above the 68.3 again. So good stuff. Bitcoin must be going back up. A little bit, 46.4, not much. And I'm just going into the new year. Probably a lot of people already know, but what am I looking at? I'm looking at several different blue chip alts, right? I'm definitely looking at Matic. I'm definitely looking at Solana. I'm definitely looking at Cardano. Ethereum, it can get its gas scam and take a damn hike. And if you didn't know, there's a lot of big ETH people that are moving over to Solana, especially when it comes to NFTs. Keep your eye on Luna, right? Keep your eye on the Avalanche. This is why. Now you can take riskier plays, right, with lower cap altcoins or gaming tokens. You can probably make great profits, but at the same time, do your research. If you're looking at getting into NFTs, do your research. You want to have a docs team, right? You want to see massive Discord members, Twitter followers, and there's ways to find out if they're not all bots. There are great projects out there that are going to be very profitable. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And there's probably about 10 gaming guilds right now, but I'm looking at one specific that I can just tell they got a great team. A fantastic team, non-stop announcements, partnerships. It pretty incredible, right? Good Games Guild, GGG. Highly recommend looking into that. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. Check it out, man. Powerful little gaming guild, and it's like a $10 million market cap. So, hello, ring the bell. And they got a great staking portal. All right, paying if you just single side stake GGG for GGG. 40% APY. You can get even more riskier and you can add liquidity to a pool with, say, BNB GGG, and they will give you back GGG LP tokens that you can stake at 400% APY. But it's risky because the money that you put into the liquidity pool, if that project goes down, it's called impermanent loss, and you could lose a lot of money that way. So you got to be careful. I would much rather single side stake. Just stake GGG, get GGG. Boom, boom, bang. All right, but that's my end of the year rant about what's happening. Except, let's go over here. Let's get on the daily Matic chart real quick. I do got a few minutes. Got brewing here. Yeah, this is what I was looking at in Matic too. Let me turn off this higher time frame. That out of the way. This is what Matic's been doing. This is on the daily, man. All right. Oh, what the hell? Hold on. There we go. Lower lows on the return oscillator. Highs in price action. And we're in this returns oscillator right now is bouncing off of the second standard deviation band down here. And this is on the daily, right? There's a lot of hidden bull div, lots of hidden bull div, right? That hidden bull div was created because of all the bear div on the top side. Here's what you got to look at though. There's no bear div now. It was all back here. Did it play out on this pullback and now it's bouncing off pretty much of the 9-length variance log MA? Matic could be getting ready to explode. I'm talking about the whole crypto market could be getting ready to explode. But remember, there's probabilities to both sides. So be careful out there. Trade the low time volatility until you know how I am. Trade the 4-hour trend for God's sakes. But I'm trying to speak to all the different kinds of traders. If you're a long-term trader, wait until we break some certain levels. Don't do anything stupid. I gave you those ranges outside of the 68.3 range on the weekly. We get above 54, there could be nothing but blue skies above. We break to the downside of 41, 40,000, we could get a massive freaking pullback. We don't know. So if you're a long-term trader, just wait. Be patient. There's plenty of gains to be made. But all that being said, like I said before, we are alpha trading. We trade volatility, probability, and statistics, and we love to teach people to do the same. The link to the Alpha Trading Discord is in the description to all our videos. Come in, take a peek at the shop channel. We got 2 different levels of the Discord that get you access to the Alpha Trading system. We're probably going to extend our sale on the Discord levels maybe into the first week of the new year. We'll talk about that later. But considering it's only going for about another 9 hours, we might extend it one more week, give people a chance. But all that being said, guys, happy new year. Wherever you're at in the metaverse, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. We will see you Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you guys.